So I get a lot of people asking me just how we're different. I mean, the first question normally, I don't know about you, is like, oh, how's that different to Purple Bricks? And this is in the context of our whole, you can see the big sign behind me there, you know, our fixed fee at the moment, $99.99, nothing else really on top of that, unless there's property styling, stuff like that. So it's just very transparent, very clear. In terms of what people get for that, and what the difference between us and a Purple Bricks or a regular real estate agent is, I think it'd be good to kind of clarify that.
Yeah, I guess we'll both get involved in the conversation, but a lot of things are different, but a lot of things are the same. So Purple Bricks sort of came into the marketplace. They came into the marketplace. They offered a fixed fee scenario. They did very, very well. They did 7,700 transactions in 2 years, which is
in Australia,
which is a phenomenal effort for any startup business in a sector they've had no market share in before.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So to me, that validated that there is room for a real estate agency to follow in the footsteps of that model.
Yeah.
Now, where Purple Bricks came unstuck a little bit was they offered a cheaper price, but they offered less service as well.
Yeah.
So you weren't getting all the things and all the boxes ticked when it came to selling your home. You know, if you wanted open homes, it costs extra. If you want an auction, it costs extra.
There were add-ons.
There were a lot of upsells, a lot of add-ons, and ultimately, the thing that was also a problem with customers was that you had to pay them regardless of whether you sold or not.
Yeah.
You know, so you'd have to pay them $7,700, whatever the fee was at the time. That whether you sold the home or not, that fee was due.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that is a fair way to do business.
I mean, what it was I believe you got one agent.
Yeah.
And then if it didn't sell with them, you got one more trip around the block.
Yep.
Right, with a different agent from Purple Bricks, most likely.
Yep.
And then that was it, and you paid regardless. And then, see, that's probably worse than an agent who charges commission normally, doesn't get paid commission if the home doesn't sell. But you are normally, as the seller in Australia, liable for certain marketing costs if you use, say, your typical agent anyway. So I guess that was a bit more similar, but not to part shots of them. I think they get a bit of people like, oh, well, they failed. So, but like you said, 7,700 properties in 2 years with no previous market share. It's hard to appreciate how staggering that is for people who don't have a real estate background.
Absolutely.
That is absolutely staggering.
It is. You know, I mean, if you look at some of the biggest brands in real estate, some of them wouldn't even be doing those sort of numbers.
Yeah.
You know, and they've been around for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
You know.
I just think they lacked a bit of accountability to their service. In fact, that they got paid their full fee regardless whether you sold or not.
Yep.
And it was paid up front, I believe, normally.
Yeah, usually up front.
And they did scale down the service while they scaled down the fees.
Big time.
Yeah.
So I guess how are we different? So I guess one of the things that we want to sort of differentiate ourselves are that we're really a hybrid model of Purple Bricks, traditional real estate, and a modern marketing agency.
Yeah.
And you will get everything that you will get from a traditional real estate agent plus more, but you'll get it at a cut price fee similar to Purple Bricks, but you'll only ever be held accountable for the marketing cost of the fee, not the entire amount.
Yeah.
So you'll only pay us for the balance when we actually get you a result.
Yeah.
So, you know, typically the marketing costs for most properties are around the $4,000 mark. We won't ask you for any fees up front.
Yeah.
We will take your property to market. Once you sell the home, we will charge you a total fee of $9,999.
Yeah.
But if you decide that you no longer want to sell the home and you want to withdraw it from the market, then you will be held liable for a $4,000 fee.
Yeah.
And that varies slightly from suburb to suburb, but it is give or take around that sort of number.
Yeah.
But we don't minimize our service offering or minimize the boxes we tick because we're doing less. In fact, we've done the reverse and we're actually offering a lot more.
Yeah.
And I'll probably hand that over to you to explain what we are doing
Exactly. So
above the rest.
And there's so much to explain about us. So concentrating on that, what we're offering compared to what a traditional agent might call them offers. A traditional agent, quite simply, will charge you marketing separately to commission. And that marketing normally comprises of brochures. That's what you talked about in that $4,000, right? Brochures, some photos of the property, an ad on normally realestate.com.au and domain.com.au normally charge for. Sometimes they'll only put you on one of those as well. Normally it'll be both. Normally recommend both. I mentioned brochures, and that's normally what you're getting.
There's things like professional photography, floor plans.
Mentioned photography. And then video is kind of like sometimes it's done, sometimes it's not done.
At a premium cost.
At a premium cost, normally $2,000 ballpark, something like that, with the normal video players in the real estate game.
Yeah.
We do a property video for every single property.
Yeah.
We're also capable of doing a separate 3D tour of the property. So it's very different. So think about, one might be the kind of highlights, what you normally see an agent talking through it. The other one might be an actual 3D immersive tour.
Yeah.
So you'd be able to actually play with the screen and look around the property. You're still getting the photos. You're still going on realestate.com and Domain every time. There's not a hard copy brochure that we actually will do for your property, but what we will do is get the mobile number of everyone who walks in an open home and be SMSing them the brochure style information for your property. And we can obviously then follow up with other advertising using that mobile. We can track them and then target them with ads. We also do a Facebook campaign at the very minimum, where we can use other social media platforms, and you'll get an ad, a paid sponsored ad for your property with money behind it, extra money invested into it on Facebook, which will normally reach a lot more people than the ads on realestate.com and Domain will. So people go on realestate.com and Domain to look at properties. That's the only reason they go on there. They don't go on there to see what Andy's doing this week or how his holiday was. So it's not the same thing, but you will catch people who are not that active. It's actually an advantage in a way. You will catch people who are not actively looking. So I want to make it very clear that's different to if we have a Sydney Listings Facebook page where my school friends and my family follow it to support me, and I put a property video up there. They may not live in your area, but a paid sponsored ad can be used to target people who've never heard of our company before, never heard of you before, can target people in a certain area and people who might be interested in buying. Facebook kind of has that information, does a lot of that heavy lifting for us. So we're actually offering all that. There is also, and more information is available on our website about this, a whole stack of other kind of benefits you get. You're getting discounted conveyancing, so that contract for sale for your property, and then there's no other fees and nothing else is hidden. So everything we're talking about there, and you're still getting, I might add, open homes. We take the calls, talk to people about your property. We handle everything through to the final transaction. So all the nuts and bolts that traditional agent does, we've covered that because we think those things are still important. And then we've just gone and added all that other stuff. So to recap, those extras are the paid sponsored ads on Facebook, social media, which pretty much no one is doing in Australia that we've seen, honestly. Not just playing that for advertising angle. Honestly, very rarely seen. Baffles us as to why. Video for every property, an advertising video, kind of a generic intro to your property, a 3D tour. In addition to that, when most agents don't do either of those, and then all the other stuff on top. The only thing you're missing out on is a hard brochure, and we don't do newspaper advertising. We think that's not that effective. So that's all included, with none of those are add-ons to what's currently our fees, $99.99 for pretty much any property in Sydney.
So to progress on that a little bit more, we've literally doubled the service and more than halved the cost.
Yeah.
We still do open homes. We still negotiate. We still conduct auctions. You still get a signboard. You still get all the traditional advertising.
Yeah.
We've got rid of the BS advertising that we get no return on.
Yeah.
You know, we've eliminated the hope factor in the marketing by putting it into, you know, newspapers and so forth. And we've gone one step further and produced marketing campaigns that can deliver very accurate analytics and get more reach than REA and Domain can.
Yeah.
So when it comes to choosing a real estate agent, we've developed a system and an offering that I believe should be an absolute no-brainer for anybody considering selling a home.
Yeah.
We literally tick every single box, and then we've added more boxes of our own, and we offer it to you for less than half the cost.
Yeah.
We're transparent and upfront about it,
Yeah.
and we don't ask for any upfront money.
Yeah.
So if you come looking for an agent and you come across our offering, it should be an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah.
I just want to add, we're not trying to do this in an arrogant way. And people might ask why, you know, if we do all this stuff, why are we willing to do it for a lower fee?
Yeah.
To be honest, we've made a whole stack of videos, right? And we've talked about a lot of things that agents get their time wasted on. It's very competitive, and the competition actually creates a lot of problems in real estate. It's the reason why there's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of lies to owners about the price their property can get, because there's a bit of a pot shot at the industry, but it's very hard for agents to distinguish themselves from each other normally.
Absolutely.
They're very often offering virtually the same thing. So to create a competitive edge, they'll do almost anything and anything, because like you, they've got to earn an income, go home and feed a family normally.
That's right.
We've designed this in a way that makes it almost, you know, we could joke and be like the Godfather, an offer you can't refuse. Because we want to cut the fluff. We want to get to the point. We want to create a good service. We want to offer you all the things you should be getting from the agents who charge you tens of thousands of dollars in commission and marketing separate to that. And we want to streamline it. So it's a win-win-win for everyone.
Yeah.
It's a win for us, we believe, definitely. A win for our agents. And then it's a win for, ultimately, the person selling their home, the customer. And that is the reason why the offering is so much higher and better, clearly, and the fee is so much lower.
I think the philosophy is very, very simple. I think we built this from the ground up really to make sure the customer benefits first. Our agents could also benefit from the system, and then all the fruits can be shared amongst everybody.
Yeah.
It's a more modern way to do business. It's a leaner way to do business. It's a cleaner way to do business. And we're just merely passing on those savings to our customers.
Oh, you're still here?
Wait, I haven't seen you subscribe yet.
Go ahead and subscribe. Oh, and while you're at it, why don't you follow us on Instagram too? Sound like a good idea?
Sounds like a good idea. See you soon.